Hi, and welcome to Stories of the Hope. I'm your host, Benson Gregory. Special guest this week is Ziyanna Carr. She is a scholar with Mission of Hope. Ziyanna, thank you so much for taking time to join us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
So, you are just finishing up or did finish up your freshman year of college. Is that right?
Yep, I just finished my freshman year.
All right. Well, congratulations for surviving your freshman year, first of all.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
you were a recipient of the Mission of Hope Scholarship, too. Is that correct?
Yes.
Take me through that process if you can, and then we'll jump into your freshman year and talk about that a little bit. How did you go about hearing about Mission of Hope? Is that something that you grow up in a Mission of Hope school, or did you just hear about the program and apply for the scholarship?
I just heard about the program. My high school was very active in making us seniors aware of every scholarship opportunity available. And so on the scholarship table, I happened to see the Mission of Hope's packet, and I took the opportunity to apply for the scholarship. Um, It was a little bit of a process, maybe like a couple of weeks or 3 or 4 weeks before graduation. My counselor had came to me and let me know that I was selected and 2 other girls for the interview process for the Mission of Hope Scholarship, and we did an interview, with the board members, and maybe a couple weeks later, my counselor let me know that I had received the scholarship, and so that was the process for me.
Okay, was there an essay writing portion of that, or did you just fill out an application? How did that work?
No, there was an essay portion. I can't remember the exact prompt, but I just told my story and my trials and what shaped me into me.
And what, in a nutshell, would you say was that? What were your trials and what shaped you and who you are?
Basically coming from poverty and a primary caretaker to my grandfather, I started taking care of him in the 7th grade. And I was also working at the same time. I started working at about the age of 15 to help, relieve some of the financial burdens for my mom. I've always grown up in a single parent household, and my house was always a little bit different. Like, I could tell that, I didn't have the necessities that everybody else had. Like, I never had a washer and dryer in my house. My house was always kind of like cluttered, and I could never have friends over. And I didn't really see that difference until I started visiting friends of mine. And I was like, okay, so maybe my house is not like everybody else's. And it really did make me feel different at first, but then I knew that when I went to school, nobody knew what my house looked like. Nobody knew that I had to take care of my grandfather before I got up and went to school. Nobody would judge me. And so I took that opportunity to really get involved in school. And I was active in clubs and, working at the same time. I didn't let my house or the fact that I did have to work and do that stuff hold me back. And yeah. So
That's impressive that you were taking care of your grandfather. Was that clearly that had to be difficult on you as a child and working?
yeah, so I started probably taking, yeah, it's the 7th grade, and then I think I got my first job, the summer before my first freshman year of, high school, and my mom, she didn't really want me to get a job at first, but I was like, "Let me help you. I'm able to work, I can make some money, at least pay for my own cell phone bill, just let me help you." Um, it was stressful, and like I said, I was active, so was, I was actually a cheerleader in high school too. So I had games at least 3 days a week, Friday night football games while working at least 4 or 5 days a week and taking care of my grandfather. So it definitely was stressful, but I knew that, school would be the thing to take me far in life. It was going to let me be able to get a good job and take care of myself, my grandfather, help my mother out. So anytime I got super stressed, I just had to remember the end goal.
And you always had your eyes on college, it sounded like. Were you looking forward to that from a very young age, did you recall?
Yeah, I don't think my mom ever let me think of the idea that I would not be going to college. I'm a first generation college graduate. My mom, she didn't go to college. She didn't really have that opportunity. So she always told me, like, you're going to school. You're going to get an education. Whether she could, help me pay for it or not, she always enlisted that idea in my head that you need to go further in life.
And an education is the key for a lot of people for getting there.
Really, it is.
So, how did that work with taking care of your grandfather? Did that take an emotional toll on you? Were you able to keep your spirits up during all that?
Um, it definitely, had its effects. I mean, you I wanted to be like other kids and not have so much responsibility. I mean, there was times that I just felt so overwhelmed, but I reminded myself that the Lord wouldn't give me this life if he didn't think that I could handle it. So, it was, I definitely had times where I was kinda depressed and felt a little bit hopeless, but I just remained strong and I knew that there were people depending on me and I was dependent on myself. And so, I mean, definitely it took a little bit of an emotional toll on me, but um it balanced out, I guess, if that makes sense.
Who did you lean on during that? Did you have a support system? Were there people who were there that you could kinda talk to? And because I'm sure a lot of people at school didn't have any idea you had any of this going on. You were probably just a smart cheerleader to a lot of people. But
No,
do
no, nobody really knew, but I will definitely say my teachers. I have the biggest support system. Not just, like, with my family, but teachers that I've had over the years, even starting out when I was cheering in elementary school. My cheer coach, still to this day, we stay in contact. She took me on all my college visits. I have countless teachers that I've talked to in high school that have, you can't open up to your peers, but you have certain teachers that make you feel comfortable enough to let them know what you're going through or what you have on your shoulders. So I'll definitely say my teachers all the way from elementary school to high school have been one of my greatest support systems. And um, have also helped to further let me know that an education will take me far and will help me get out of the situations that I'm in.
you told me before we started recording that you were in a pre-nursing program, and that is partly a result of the work that you did taking care of your grandfather. But
Uh,
is that
yeah.
something that you had kinda had your eye on before that as well?
Um, Not really. Like, I kind of knew that, like my freshman year of high school, that the CNA, certified nursing assistant, was a class that my school had offered. So, I kind of brushed it off. But then I'd always been on the pre medical track in high school. So I got in the class and I took it. I didn't really have the idea that, this would be following me. But once I passed, I realized, okay, this gives me a step to get my foot in the door. I get to work with, the elderly people, get some, medical experience straight out of high school. So I took that class my senior year and I took the test maybe a week or two before we graduated high school. And I actually started working maybe 2 weeks after graduation in the nursing home. And I've been there ever since.
That is amazing that for someone do you feel like you found your calling maybe?
Most definitely. Like I said, I worked at Walmart and I'm a people person and I didn't have much interaction and it made me not enjoy my job at all. Coming to the nursing home, I realized this is what I want to do. I enjoy taking care of people. I wake up and I'm happy to go to work and I like my job. And I think that's like one of the biggest goals in life. You want to like your job. Of course, you want it to pay you good, but you don't want to be going to a job every day that you don't enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had talked a little bit about how what a calling nursing homes are and working with the elderly. A lot of people's minds change. during the time that they're in those facilities. They forget who they are and their personalities shift. And they really need someone to just love on them and take care of them, have compassion. And it really sounds like you have that. And that came about naturally from a very young age.
Most definitely. I just love the idea of loving on them. Some facilities there's good and bad. That's just the truth of healthcare. There's some places that are better than others, and there's CNAs that are better than others, or don't truly love what they do. And I enjoy getting to love on them and them being excited for me to be the one taking care of them. Like, they want me to be their primary person, or whenever they confide in me and tell me that, you know, they're so glad to have me and they're thankful to have someone taking care of them. Um, it really is just it's an amazing field to be in if you truly love it, and you get to meet so many people and hear their stories. I mean, the amount of life that they have lived, and you get to see them every day and listen to it.
It's really cool. I love that you are picking up some wisdom passed down from generations while you're doing that and take caring of people. It's kind of helping to complete the circle. I think people still have a little something to contribute at that age, and it's awesome that you're there to hear that. Would college have been a possibility for you without Mission of Hope, or has Mission of Hope just made your path a little bit easier?
Um, I don't honestly know if I would be able to go to college without some financial help. Like, the Mission of Hope has been so generous, and like, I probably couldn't have afforded a computer to be able to, a lot of my classes I do online so that I can work at the same time. And that computer was such a blessing to me. Even the printer being able, just those little things. I honestly don't think that I would like to say that I would be strong enough to, work and pay for schooling and go into debt, and like, but I genuinely don't know if I would have had the same motivation without the support that I've been given. So,
And you came with the scholarship comes, of course, the computer and the printer and the things like that. But you also get a mentor. How's your relationship with your mentor been so far?
yes, I love my mentor. Um, she has been such a great help. They put you with someone that's kind of in the same field as you. So my mentor has actually been a nurse, and she has been such a great deal of help, from like telling me about her experience in nursing school and how we kind of have the same upbringing and how she came over her trials. Um, we have a very good relationship. She's always there if I text her, if I need a call. She'll pray with me before my exams and, tell me that I'm on her mind. She's thinking about me. And it's been such a good um, blessing to have someone that kind of knows what you're going through, and that they're letting you know they're in your corner. Like, they're here to support you. So I've definitely enjoyed the mentorship aspect of it, I will say.
And somebody working in the same field, that could be invaluable, not just for the encouragement for you to stay in school and keep going, but as you're working in the field too, kind of helping you maybe navigate through some of that.
Most definitely. She has so many stories. I know that I'll be working in the hospital, so it was just nice to, get a little idea of what that could be like and what to look out for, and like study habits. Like, it's just been good.
That's very cool. I love hearing that. So, what advice do you have now that you have your freshman year under your belt? What advice do you have for any incoming freshmen?
I would say I have a couple. One, I would say get out there. Don't College is so hard to make friends, and you definitely want to find your people. Um, It's not easy, and it's definitely not easy when you're doing it alone. So, like, join clubs, anything that they have, social events, go out, get involved. Um, Another thing I would say is you definitely have to put the effort in. It can be a big change going from, your high school people, holding your hand, and that's not how it is in college. So you need to be prepared and go into it with the mindset that you can do it. You can do it, but you have to be dedicated to it. And I would also say that it's not gonna be a rainbow, I guess I would say, like, um, you may have gotten straight A's in high school, but that may not be the case in college. It's different. I failed my first exam my second semester of college, and it threw me for a loop. It really did, and I wasn't expecting it. I did so good the first semester, but it's trial and error. It really is. You have to find out what study habits work best for you. Everything that one person does is not going to be the same for you. So you have to find your own groove of things. But don't be afraid of failure, is what I would say. Most definitely. It's okay. You're going to stumble and you'll have maybe a mentor that will help you. My mentor, when I failed that exam, she really helped me understand it's okay. It's not gonna be a smooth road all the time, like, it just you have to be able to be, what's the word? Adaptive, I would say.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember finals my freshman year after first semester hit me like a truck. I was not prepared for that. For the individual tests, sure, but for all of them, like, at once, it just that whole week was just an awful lot, and I remember walking away from that like I'd been hit by something.
It's a really big adjustment, I mean, things matter in high school, of course, when you're taking exams, but it's in college, it matters more sometimes, and it's a bigger. Like, my anatomy class was only exam grades. There was no quizzes, so whenever you messed up one, you messed up. And
Mhm.
that was a big, big, big adjustment for me. Like, I had quizzes and homeworks to help me if s stumbled. Sometimes in college, it's just not like that.
Yeah. No, that's wild. It can be a big adjustment, and, of course, it's a little bit different for everybody too.
Yep, you just have to find your balance and what works best for you.
I like what you said, though. It's very serious, but at the same time, it's not that serious. So, if you fall, just get back up.
Yes, I
You're
mean,
not dead, you just fell.
yeah, and every path has bumps in the road. There's not a clear, straight path. It's gonna happen. We're human.
Do you think that a lot of times people who come from a similar background as you, similar economic area, and they're going to college, that they see getting to college as the finish line and are surprised by the work and the realities of, "No, you're really just getting started. That was, like, the practice, and this is the game?"
Um, I I think so, yeah, because, like, you wanna I was like, "Yes, I need to get accepted somewhere," like, um once I get there, I've met my goal, but seeing even now myself, I just went through that first year of college and it was a battle for me. And now I'm going to nursing school. So I'm just now getting started. I'm about to go into a whole new world and it probably will be nothing like that first semester of college. And I wasn't expecting it because I was so happy about getting to college, but I'm ready to take whatever it throws at me.
I think that's one of the cool things about life is there's always new challenges when you start a new chapter. I'm sure your first night in an ER is going to be different, and your first full moon in an ER is going to be different. And as you progress, and who knows, you might end up becoming a world famous heart surgeon or something, and have very different challenges along that route too.
Hmm.
Wherever God's taking you, there will be some fun challenges. Just again, treat them like they're not gonna kill you. You're gonna get back up if you fail.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, I am so glad that you took the time to talk to us, and I wish you so much luck. You're heading back to school. Are you working this summer? Or are you going to school this summer? You going back to school in the fall? What's the plan?
I'm working this summer and then I will go back to school and working in the fall.
Okay, you're not slowing down a bit, are you?
Nope.
No, don't have time for that. No point in slowing down now. The Mission of Hope Scholarship carries with you through the 4 years of school, correct? So you'll have, support as you continue and then probably a mentor maybe for the rest of your life.
I hope so. I know that it does carry on. I hope that the mentorship carries on too. I need to text her and, get back in contact with her since the school semester just ended. But yeah.
I'm sure she's excited to see those grades too. So let her know how you did and that you took it by storm.
Mhm.
Well, Ziyanna Carr, thank you so much for taking time out to be a guest with us on Stories of the Hope.
You are so welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been a nice experience.
This has been Stories of the Hope. Thank you so much for listening. If you would like to learn more about Mission of Hope and the work that they do, you can visit our website, which is missionofhope.org. And if you would like to sign up to be a volunteer or financially contribute, you can do so there. You can also find a link to the rest of these podcasts and catch up on any shows that you may have missed. Well, I have been your host, Benson Gregory. Becky Mills is our associate producer. We'll see you next time.